Your eyes do not deceive you. I am not the beloved host, Austin Teitelbaum. He is currently imposed at the moment, which is a fancy way of saying he may or may not be back in this thing. So let's roll the intro before this gets out of hand. Welcome back to a brand new Oneonta Movie Show. Austin Teitelbaum is still MIA, so let's get rolling. First up, we have Vinny Nelson.
Hi. I'm welcoming myself back for the first time, for the second time. So it's great to be here. And this defunct group of fellas, they're here. Let's talk some movies, guys.
Defunct?
Come on.
We're not defunct.
Yeah, I got the funk.
Yep.
Sick.
Okay. Next up is the man who claimed to love Blade Runner, Brian Monry.
It's Murphy. It's a very common name. It's an Irish name. It's one of the most common names in Ireland, but there's a movie about it, and that's good because there's a movie show, which we're on, and I'm here to talk about movies. Next.
Okay. And last but not least, we have the man from Holland himself, Jesse Hasselhoff.
Nou, ik ga gewoon niet meer hoor. Ik ben niet in een vorm gerelateerd aan David. Het is gewoon een heel leuk vent, daar niet van. Maar nee, zo ben ik gewoon niet. Jesse Hoff.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. First, the story of the week is that Arnie's back for Terminator. Yeah. How do we feel about that? Last time, he got Linda Hamilton to do that thing. So, Brian?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm not that excited about this news at all, even though I'm a really big fan of the first two Terminators. Ever since Judgment Day, everything Terminator has been bad. Salvation's bad. 3's pretty mediocre. Linda Hamilton went crazy. So I'm not excited to see her again because she probably lost her mind. She probably doesn't look good. She's probably very old.
I would
She's
agree.
been like in an actual insane asylum. It's not gonna
really?
Yeah, she's like went off. She knows the robots are coming. She took too much to heart. Arnold Schwarzenegger is also old. So and they're gonna have some dumb writing about why we think he's old, but he's a robot. Why is a robot old?
Well, I'll be back. But
He is back.
It's a mess. It has been a mess from the start, I will say. But it's a mess I enjoy.
What, you like Genesis?
Scott, our police.
We all
Okay.
enjoy Genesis.
I've not seen that. So
Genesis
I
is
couldn't
terrible.
tell you.
They're not even counting Genesis anymore. They're like, it happened?
It
Question-
exists.
Yeah,
It's like not in continuity.
yeah, it's not canon or whatever. They just said it's a bad dream, which good because that was a mess. It's terrible.
Absolutely. But did you say that the crazy woman,
Linda Hamilton.
Linda
names, she's coming back?
She's back.
Oh
Sarah
my
Connor
God.
is back.
She's actually my ex-wife.
Wow.
Whoa.
Is that why she
Great.
went crazy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta work on your.
Roasted that one. But yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, ready for a giant mess that will do bad at
Yeah,
the box
I'm not ready
office.
for it. I'm
Probably.
You think it's
I'm
gonna
not
bomb?
see it.
What?
You think it's
I
gonna
think
bomb?
Genesis did bad for like its budget.
Yeah, but that's because it like wasn't good.
This is not going to be good.
They're riding a wave of nostalgia and it's just failing.
Yeah.
A lot of these films are just falling flat on their faces. So
Let's reboot it.
that's what they're trying to do.
No,
That's
like just reboot
Well,
everything.
I
All
was,
movies?
I was reading that they are trying to roll in a new generation of
she's
Terminator
she's
fans.
putting off the torch. They said there's going to be a
Yes.
new protagonist. She's giving the torch off to a new character, which I guess is what like Star Wars Episode 7 tried to do, but for
Yeah.
Terminator.
It's gonna Terminator Star Wars crossover.
Terminate Star Wars.
That would be bad, but that would probably make Star Wars interesting at least. Boom.
Star Wars Episode 12.
9, J.J. Abrams. And
12.
the director of Deadpool's going to be on the new Terminator, which he did a good job with Deadpool, so hopefully he can make this all right, salvage it.
I like Deadpool.
I like
Terminator
Deadpool.
Salvation.
See, that's another bad one.
Salvage.
That doesn't count
Salvage.
anymore.
Yeah, well, personally, I really like Deadpool.
Yeah.
It had a certain style,
Definitely.
and I hope that like the director can bring that to this movie as well.
All right, well, that is a good statement to end that discussion on. Next up, we have the new trailer for Isle of Dogs, the new Wes Anderson film. The story of a man and his dogs. So, what do we think of the trailer, guys?
Well, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan, and Fantastic Mr. Fox was an amazing stop-motion film that he made back in, I think, 2008, 2009.
Yeah, it's around
It
that.
was a few years ago, and
Great movie.
I believe it was George...
Lucas.
No, the main actor.
George Clooney?
George Clooney was the... Yeah, I couldn't... It was George something.
Small-time indie actor.
Yeah, George Clooney, the small-time indie actor, was the main voice for Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just really well done. The way they set up this claymated world, or it's not claymated.
It's very stylized.
It's very
stylized.
stylized. And this looks to be almost exactly the same with a different, there's a different art palette going on. that I
different color
noticed.
scheme. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
Because it's mainly takes place on an island of junk,
An
where
island
all
it
dogs
is.
of Japan have been sent
Japan.
to.
Yeah.
Very normal
They're
plot.
not foxes anymore.
They're not foxes. I don't know
They're
what the foxes
dogs.
are in this 20 dystopian future that we have.
Totally
But,
non-existent.
but Mr. Fox was like very colorful because it takes place on like some type of farm. But this, it's very brown and gray.
It
But I
is.
guess that's the point. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, well, the thing that interested me the most was when I watched the movie and I saw like the dogs and like the way the city was set up. I couldn't immediately tell what it is made of, like the material. It's not claymation.
It's like a mix of a lot of like craft
yeah,
stuff.
It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
not
just a lot of
clay.
crafting. Like
Very
it's,
unique.
they're 3D.
Yeah, but it's
Wait, like look at the
objects.
dogs here. They got fur on it.
Yeah, it's not paper.
Yeah,
So that's what I want to know. The only thing I want to know.
that's the only thing.
It's the only thing. Well, I
Okay,
mean,
well, and another positive thing was that the trailer was like 3 or
was a long
2.
trailer.
Yeah,
so
it was a long trailer.
it was pretty long, but it like captured a certain feeling,
Yeah.
like an atmosphere,
that's.
and
usually
that
what
was
happens.
what I
You really-
think that's what this movie is gonna do best.
It's gonna have a feeling. You know what it is.
All Wes Anderson films have this.
That
I guess
quirky-
I guess the
Oh, yeah.
same feeling,
That-
but
I
you'll
mean-
get it from the trailer. It's just like
I'm a
it's kind of uplifting.
yeah.
but
It's
it's
like oh, it's
not.
quirky. I'm kind of worried that I love the Fantastic Mr. Fox, but at some point he hasn't changed his style at all.
But
He's like
you know,
quirky
it
Quentin
works.
Tarantino. It's been the same. Eventually, I get tired and I want to see him progress or do something new. Like maybe Isle of Dogs is the time. Like dipped in the well one too many times.
Well, to me, it's like having my favorite author put out a book and a series. So every time he puts a movie out, I'm excited.
Yeah, but
It
don't you
doesn't-
want him to tackle something
Yeah,
new?
Do something new.
Yeah.
Well, like Wes
That's
Anderson.
what the best creators do. They don't
I
ever
do,
do that.
but I don't think he's the best creator. I just think he's just fun to watch.
Yeah, like
I
what
think
if-
his
I get
movie,
it.
his style is just fun to
You just
watch, and
kinda-
it keeps. I'm entertained by it.
You
know?
just kind of like phase out,
Yeah,
watch
it's,
it.
it's like watching your
It's like
100,000 episodes of SpongeBob every week.
or like
Yeah.
this is your Desperate Housewives, his
Yes.
Wes Anderson film.
Good
It
stuff.
is.
What about like Wes
Oh my
Anderson
God.
Terminator?
What?
Wes Anderson Terminator.
That would be very interesting.
That would be
Give me some of that.
yeah.
The
that-
Wesonator.
There we go.
What's the name?
The Wesonator.
Owen Wilson is the new T-12,000 or whatever.
Yeah, let's do it. I like
Bill
Owen.
Murray.
That would
Bill
not be
Murray's
very
John
intimidating.
Connor. He can only cast 12
Owen
actors. What?
Owen Connor.
Owen Connor.
Owen
Owen
Connor.
Connor.
Owen Connor, new character.
Connor.
He's passing off the torch. That's a new person. He's going to be the franchise, the next trilogy.
Is Ben Stiller gonna be in it?
Oh my
I
god.
don't think Ben
He's only
Stiller's
been in
not.
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, he was only in Royal Tenenbaums.
All right, enough with Ben Stiller. Okay, so the last story we have this week is Marty and Leo are back at it again. They are back at it for another movie, and this time it is about Theodore Roosevelt. Well, Jesse, what do you think about this?
Well, there's not a lot of information about it. Shall I just talk in Dutch for like a good 2 minutes?
We can talk
as
about
filler?
other
we can
things.
talk, there's other aspects.
Well,
Theodore Roosevelt.
it's
Do you know a lot about him?
I studied him for
You
like
did?
not the corpse, but I
Ah.
studied about him for like a couple of years
Turns out he's dead.
because I had to. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm very pleased to see Marty and Leo
coming back.
DiCaprio.
It's always a good time.
It is.
Wolf of Wall Street, Gangs of New York.
The man obviously knows what he's doing with The Wolf of Wall Street and Shutter Island and Goodfellas. He knows what he's doing. It's
Aviator.
a good director.
Aviator was bad.
I like The Aviator.
But I don't know. Theodore
I never
Roosevelt.
saw The Aviator.
Huh? I don't know. Is he too old to be making movies?
No,
He's
I
like
think he's
75.
Dumb question.
What?
I feel
Let
like
him go.
I feel like
You don't think he's gonna lose touch at some point?
No.
70 is just an age. It's just a number.
Is 70 the new
70
50?
is like
No, it's not.
late
Your brain
40s.
starts going off at 70, and
If you're a healthy man, though, if you're a healthy
think he's
person,
healthy?
I
you
think
th-
so.
You don't think him and Robert De Niro were partying on Taxi Driver?
I would say he is in okay shape.
I mean, his
Health.
recent stuff got the last movie with Liam Neeson and Andrew Garfield. I forget that was called about
Spider-Man 2.
Not
yeah,
Spider-
Spider-Man 2. About feudal Japan. Like it was good, and I guess that was 2 years ago, so he hasn't lost it yet.
Besides this, though, he's doing Irishman right now. So
I don't know what's Irishman.
the Irishman's it's like bringing back the mafia movies. You know, it's got
who's
Joe
in it?
Pesci, it's got Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. It follows the.
None of those guys are Irish.
Well, I don't actually know this. Our
Joe-
resident Irishman, Brian Murphy, can tell us
I know
more
them all
about.
personally. Joe Pesci did not grow up
But-
in Donegal.
But no, the film takes place in Ireland, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and it's about a mobster. His name is the Irishman, and it's just gonna follow that. And that's supposed to. It's filming right now. It just started in
Do
September.
you think he's just bored?
No,
I
think
know. He wanted
Or
to.
he
his
still likes
craft.
making movies?
He likes
Yeah,
making
he still
movies.
enjoys it.
I mean, he's an
Doesn't want to
interesting
hang out with his
person.
grandkids?
He's doing both.
I guess.
Yeah, he's
They're
got
on
time.
set.
He's got time to do both.
As long as a man is just good at his job, at what he does, I'm fine
I
with
guess
it.
you
I
have more
don't
power
care.
to him until it goes bad.
Yeah. Watch him until he dies on set.
That was pretty
No,
dark.
I don't know if
Oh,
it's, I
sorry.
don't know if- I don't know if
That was
it's-
fairly dark.
Theodore Roosevelt.
that?
You think Leo is Theodore
He
Roosevelt?
is.
You
He's
think
gonna be Theo.
You think
I
you can
read
pull that
that.
off? A big, girthy
There,
man
I
with
saw a
giant
picture, a
mustache?
side-by-side picture of him and Theodore Roosevelt, and it was just like, add 20 pounds of makeup.
That's what they did
and
for
then
the.
one of those blow-up.
What was
suits.
that? Who's
What?
the head of
It's
the
just a
FBI
fat suit,
movie?
yeah.
You know in that movie that he was the head of the FBI?
Oh yeah.
Jason Bourne.
No. Oh,
Wow.
man.
Our history is showing.
Oh, I
Or
can't
lack
think of the
of
name. Now
knowledge.
that's on my tongue, and it's just
Whatever. He
gone.
played. He didn't look good in that makeup because he was like 20, and he's supposed to be this old fat man. and it
Edgar
just didn't work
something.
out. So I don't think he should be Theodore.
Old
J.
fat
Edgar
man.
Hoover.
Yeah,
J.
yeah.
Edgar Hoover.
There you
Hoover,
go.
Hoover
That's-
the fat man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just the
right.
fact that this is...
Okay, we will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
My dad's one of the producers. He's there tonight.
Bring this sweet.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Welcome back. Welcome, Bark. Now let's have a deep conversation about originality in movies. Brian, you want to kick things off?
I don't know. I feel like Hollywood at this point, I mean, so much of the news is sequels right now. I think Hollywood's at a pretty low original point. There's not a lot of the big movies that people see during the weekend aren't really original or brand new titles. They're based off previous franchises, sequels, Blade Runner, then stuff like Mother, that's new, comes out, no one cares about it.
So true.
It is. I don't know, but
I want to still see it.
What's the last original movie that like? It's not a book. It's not a sequel. It's not a reboot.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. That's the last
That's
one.
That's a long time
That's
ago.
That's exact.
That was
you just made my point.
2004.
Oh shit.
Hold up, we can think of something more recent than Legally Blonde.
Well, I think the Neon Demon. That was.
Yeah.
I really liked that one. Original was heavily based on like graphics and visual effects, and I think. Well, was that well received?
I'm not. It has a pretty low. I think
Neon Demon.
pretty low. Rotten Tomatoes, it was pretty low. I remember. It's very divisive.
On IMDb, it had like a 6.8 or something.
It's a love it or hate it kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
and I really liked it. And another really original movie was The ABCs of Death.
I saw that's a good movie. It is a
Nobody
good
knows about it. It's like something
anthology
that you
movie.
have to
I
watch.
know the name. That's it.
But
on Netflix, you have to watch it. It's like, sorry, I have to like market this movie because I love it.
He's the producer.
It's like 26 different small like short films made by
Anthology.
26 different directors, and all of the different directors have been given like $5,000 or something, and a letter of the alphabet.
26?
yeah. But so did anyone see Neon Demon or ABCs of Death?
I saw both.
You saw both. But I'm talking about general like
Population.
people go, oh, what do you want to do? You want to go see a movie, but they don't. Do they say let's go see Neon
See,
Demon?
these movies aren't getting like wide releases. That's why I
I guess
problem.
everything's changed too with Netflix and Amazon. I mean, Okja, that's a pretty original movie.
Okja is original. That is an
and
original film.
That has a budget.
It did well.
That has actors.
It did very well.
And
I
that's
think.
not everyone. It's just on your internet now.
Yeah.
I've heard only positive things about that movie. Didn't see it though.
I'd say
But I mean, so I guess original movies have to find new venues because you got Amazon Prime, Manchester by the Sea. I think they did The Lobster.
Yeah,
The Lobster, yeah.
I
The
personally don't think they will ever die because there will always
Always
there
will
will
be
always
new
be
ideas,
people
yeah.
that want to make them and can make them. I just don't think they will ever be as big as Batman or
No.
Superman or whatever.
But like back in the day, you have like, I'm going way back, 2001: A Space Odyssey. That has for the
Way,
time a
way
huge
back.
big budget. That's the biggest movie of the week, or month or whatever. And then like, but we don't get that anymore.
Well,
We're the new original. It's always very niche movies made for specific audiences.
Interstellar.
That's
I don't know if that
No,
is
that's
that
not
if that's
original.
not that original. I think a lot of originality, a lot of original films are now existing in like a basic company like A24.
A24.
A24 does a lot
fantastic.
of. I think they did
Green
The
Room.
Lobster. They did Green Room.
Yeah.
They did a film with Ellen Page, Into the Woods, I think
Yeah,
it's called.
yeah.
And that was. These are all three, like, pretty basic films, but they're super original and based on like just how the story
They have
is.
style.
And there's a lot of style, so it's not so much they're getting the biggest budget, but they're getting the most, I think, just comforting attention in a sense of like they're being nurtured instead of being like, all right, just chill it out and let everyone see it as fast as they can, and we'll make the next one.
Get it out as soon as possible.
I'm sick of all these Beverly Hills Chihuahua sequels.
Are those still coming out?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is that a thing?
Maybe.
I thought that ended with the Taco Bell.
Can we get a fact check, please?
But oh god.
I don't know. Originality is just it
doesn't pay.
Avatar's, that franchise.
Avatar.
That's not original.
It's not original
wolves with blue aliens.
But it's an original. Like,
it's original, but like
movie
fresh
franchise.
ideas.
Movie franchise.
That's also, I guess, that's sold on
a
James
big
Cameron.
blockbuster franchise. That's built on like an original idea, not like
original. It doesn't have to be good, I guess. It's still
Chucky.
original. Chucky.
It was
They're
original at the
remaking
time.
Chucky. They're coming out with new Chucky.
Also-
We're getting so desperate for sequels.
They're
We're going to
rebooting
Chucky.
Yes.
We're living in the
Oh
age
my
of
God.
nostalgia. It's age
I
of
just
nostalgia.
saw the new one yesterday.
The trailer?
Isn't it
No,
coming?
the
The
real
newest one's
movie.
coming onto Netflix this month.
What?
The new one, the newest one.
Oh my
There's a new.
the
Yeah.
seed of the bride of the Curse of Chucky,
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
now it's Cults.
the Cult of Chucky.
The Cult of Chucky. Yeah, that one came out like 3-4 years ago.
Even franchises that weren't good to begin with are getting beaten to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a sad day for originality in movies.
Not that sad. Netflix, shout out. Amazon Prime.
I think
All right,
Netflix and
so it's time to move on
Again.
to the next topic.
roasted.
What a discussion. We feel smarter already. Well, we'll be back after this commercial bark.
Got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence. Ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to go into our review of the original Blade Runner, but more specifically, the final cut. What did everyone think of it? Blade Runner, the final cut.
Well, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites, top 20. But I think it's hard to discuss it in a modern setting because a lot of the stuff it established has been done to death. Cyberpunk, neon signs that are in like Japanese writing or whatever, everyone does that. Robots, Harrison Ford, flying cars. It's a really groundbreaking movie, so you have to appreciate it in context for all of that. The visuals are stunning. Harrison Ford gives he gives a good performance.
It's honest.
It's honest.
It's an honest, I feel.
It's serviceable. He's not
like
not about
amazing.
him though.
Yeah.
It's about Rutger Hauer as the replicant. I forget Roy. He's the best character in the whole movie by far. He gives, a lot of it's improvised and it tells, and it comes from a lot of passion. I would also say whoever plays Rachel, I don't think she's in anything else, also gives I don't know, performance. She doesn't show up in anything else. She's good in it. I really like the themes it tackles about what it means to be human, because they really deal with that with the replicants.
What does it mean?
But I'm kind of curious what everyone else thought, because I just like this movie a lot.
Jesse, what do you think?
I'm so sorry. I watched it like 26 years ago.
Wow.
Even though I'm
when
only,
it came out?
Yeah, even though I'm only like 14. I didn't really like it back then.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really like it now.
All right, Is it
What
boring?
didn't you like?
What is
Yeah,
it?
it's just the characters really talk in a monotone way.
Yeah, but everything's sad.
It's like a noir
Yeah,
film.
the
If you've
future
ever seen a
stinks.
noir film.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a noir film.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of view it in that.
Noir.
Yes.
Noir.
Yeah, but it was like the pacing was kind of slow, and it wasn't.
But
for
I feel
me.
like that's what you want, because like the scenes, you want to absorb just like the movie making magic, like because the sets in this are the visuals. You gotta agree, it's a good looking movie.
Yeah, it's shot very,
Very
very
good.
well.
Yeah.
Very good
I
looking.
think that's what I just like that.
See, my opinion is like, the story was alright. It's fun,
Yeah.
entertaining. It'll pull you in, and then it'll kind of push you away and pull you back in.
It does enough.
It does enough to get you through the movie, but I think the visuals for the time of when it was shot, I think it was 82.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
beginning of
Absolutely
80s,
visuals.
and it looked
looks good
authentic.
now.
It still looks authentic. It doesn't look like you're just
all
in
practical.
some set
Yeah.
where they just built a bunch of fake buildings with all the neon lights and all the
Yeah.
smoke. It looks real, and I was like,
Los Angeles 2019 looks like a real place.
Yeah.
That you could see. It has a lot of touches of realism to it that I appreciate greatly.
so that's I enjoyed it.
What about Rutger Hauer? Do you not care for him?
Well, Rutger Hauer is family of mine.
He is. Wow.
Yeah,
he's actually from Denmark.
We're learning new thing. We're learning
No,
new things.
he's
about
Dutch.
He's from the Netherlands. He's from the
Yes.
Dutch. Oh wow, I'm exposed. Fake fan.
Exposed.
Oh my God.
I actually hate this movie.
Well,
Totally
just before the
exposed.
show, it was from Sweden. So
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Behind the scenes look.
Listen,
yeah,
guys, we need to work things out.
Rutger Hauer is that's his. Oh my God, that's how you say his name. Rutger Hauer. Rutger Hauer was the best thing about this movie. Yeah,
It was really good.
That's true. He's a really good actor, especially his last
The monologue. Tears in the Rain.
Yeah, he made that up on the spot.
Yeah.
You could really feel what he was trying to convey.
Yeah, so you could totally feel. I agree with that. So, speaking of Blade Runner, what do you think about, do you think the character of Deckard is a
Replicant.
Replicant, yeah.
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
I'm going to say yes, he's a replicant, because Ridley Scott just said, yes, he's a replicant, 20 years later. And there's a lot of hints throughout the whole movie. Yeah, in the original book, Deckard is not a replicant, but he changed it for whatever reason, because I guess it was a cool twist. And there's a lot of hints through it. There's the unicorn dream, which he has, and then there's a unicorn tinfoil, which shows up at the end.
I like unicorns.
Yeah, which shows that that cop knows his dreams, like Deckard knew the dreams of Rachel in the movie.
What?
So
I totally missed this.
Oh,
We watched it together.
Yeah.
And you were just like, hey, he's a replicant. I'm like,
oh, you didn't get the hints?
I didn't get any of those hints.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of message boards about it, and there's there's other lines like you've done a man's job, and a lot of other subtle hints like that. So I don't know, it's 100%. Deckard's a replicant. 100%. But I don't know, in the new movie he's old, and replicant's supposed to have a 4-year lifespan. So I don't know.
I honestly.
Does anyone disagree with Deckard being a replicant? Any other
what do you guys
theories?
think?
Is he a man?
I don't have anything to say about this because at the end of the movie I was totally confused.
All right, now for scores. Okay, time for scores. Vinny, you're up first.
I'd give it about, I was going to say 6.5 origami unicorns out of 10 unicorns. Based on the visuals, the story, or the characters, the acting was all fine. I just thought the story was kind of boring. And I probably wouldn't put this on my top list of movies to watch.
Of what? That's general.
It's a general list. It's not specific.
All right, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's classic.
Not a
It's an
9.5.
important movie to watch just as a fan of cinema. It establishes a lot of things that have been used to death now. So if you don't really appreciate that context, you're probably not going to like it and find it boring. But I love it.
I know I talk a lot, but this was really not my episode. I've been roasted so many times. I give it 7 out of 10 because it's a good movie. I appreciate it for what it is. It's just not my kind of movie.
I would agree with that. I would say that's a fair assessment of the film. So that does it for this week. We are off the next 2 weeks. See you all in the other side with Blade Runner 2049.